Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay, what do we got going here this morning? Minus 3.9 Celsius. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be nice and mild like it was yesterday. Yesterday we actually got rid of a little bit of snow and ice. But we might be getting more according to the weather office. Okay, I came back to the model table last night and I didn't video anything, so we're not going to have a rollback. But I put the second coat of the gray on the hull, and it looks pretty good. I'm a little bit concerned about where I put the flat clear over top of the masking tape, because when I get the light just right, I can see it. Let's see if I can adjust it so that you can see it too. Probably not. Mind you, I am looking for it. So I think though that once we peel the masking tape off, and hopefully it doesn't peel the black off with it, the black is going to be so predominant that we're not going to notice the fact that there's a little bit of a, you might call it a blemish there. And hopefully the flat clear did help to seal the tape, seal the tape so that it didn't bleed underneath. But today we're going to be doing our hull red. Now it was just a coincidence. I used up the entire jar of the number 82 yesterday for the second coat. So I got two coats on. And when I was just sort of finishing up on the bow, when I'd worked my way around, and I thought I'm pretty much finished now. Oh, I got a little spot here I could do, and then the reservoir sucked air. Yeah, it was just a coincidence. Exactly the right amount. Yeah, Murphy's Law. I cheated Murphy's Law again. Okay. Before we paint the hull red on, I've got to get the stabilizing fins on the side. I believe there's 4 of them have to go on here. So we got to do that first. That might take up most of today, depending on how well it goes. I can see where they go here. The trumpeter's got them marked quite clearly. So we'll get those stuck on. And I think we should be able to get at least one coat of hull red on today. All being well. Then we mask off the gray. That should be fairly easy to mask off. I don't have any wide masking tape left. I've got this yellow stuff. It's wider than the green that I have been using, but the problem is with the yellow is that it lets go so quickly. So and I have to be, if I do use the yellow, I've got to make sure I get it patted back down just before I'm going to spray. Otherwise we're going to have spray going underneath. And when you're concentrating on spraying something up here, you're not paying attention to what's happening down here. I don't want to have to, try and touch up with the 82 if I don't have to. Now I know that as time goes by, this flat XF paint does scratch extremely easy. Just moving the hull around, if you bump it on something, you get a mark or maybe a scratch. It's not. That's the problem with flat paint, in a way. I guess it's the problem with all paint. And we still got lots of 82 left here. I think I bought 4 jars of it. What was I thinking? Well, we got it for the next model, right? Yeah. I wonder if Eliminator Hobby would let me exchange. I don't think so. I'll hang on to it. Maybe somebody here in Winnipeg will need 82 real bad, and the hobby stores will all be sold out, and they'll remember, hey, Ron's got extra 82. Okay, all right. What do we got to talk about here? I got my clock finally adjusted so that it sets itself, finally. Yeah, I didn't have the daylight savings time, or no, rather, I didn't have the time zone set correctly. If you don't have the time zone set correctly, it gives you weird time. In fact, the first thing that came up this morning, it was, I think it was 6 something, and it said it was 1 p.m. Yeah. Oh, my. Yeah, technology. Can't live with it, can't live without it. All right. I think we are ready to do something here. Let's get our little parts. I've got them on in a tray here. All right, here we go. Let's get our stabilizing fins on. Okay. Well, somebody tinkled. I wonder what it was. Probably a comment. Let's have a peek here. Just for the fun of it. Yeah, at 8:17 a.m. What time is it? Hey, it's pretty much right now. Okay. If that's you, hey, you're on camera. Oh, I got a comment this morning that I read. Somebody wanted me to say, okay, so I guess I'm going to be doing it. I just commented back and said I don't like to do this, but he says, could you? We watch your show as a family or something to that effect. Could you say hi to my wife Joyce? And so I commented back and I said I don't like to do that sort of thing unless the person is involved in model making. But I guess I just didn't I? Hi Joyce. But that's the last time I'm going to do that. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's get going here. Enough foolishness. I'll recompose. I'll bring you in nice and close so you can see me have problems getting these stabilizing fins on. They're kind of flimsy. Okay. You know, I find it kind of amusing how different people find different aspects of my model ship show interesting. They watch, but they like some parts better than others. And I thought, I better read that comment because I didn't read it. I just brought it up and I held it up to you, and some of you probably were able to read it, maybe. And the gist of it is that he likes the show, except that when he gets to the Missy the dog and hears the music, the doggy in the window music, he scrubs ahead. And I've had comments from people that it's the complete opposite. They like the Missy the dog segment a lot better. Let me just zoom in a little bit right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but when I was sort of cleaning up on the model table here yesterday, I came to this little wheel here, and this is a wheel that obviously got broken off of the submarine. And I could tell when you turn it over here, you probably can't see it from that far back, but it had been glued onto something. So somewhere on our submarine, there's a wheel missing. Too late now. Yeah, too late now. Okay. You'll notice here that these are numbered. If you remember, I wrote the numbers on the fins, the stabilizing fins. Or keels, whatever they're called, and they look very, very similar, but they're shaped just slightly the other way. In other words, you would think that this one is the same length as the one on the other side, but if you get them mixed up, they'll be at a slightly wrong angle this way. So I'm going to try and keep it right here. We got 5, 8. 10 and 12. Well, here we got 10, 12, 5, and 8. If I pay attention here, I should get it right. Well, let's do this one right here. So this one right here is the number 10. Okay, and that's obviously this one right here. So let's get it on. And I think I think it makes a difference as well as to which way you do it. You know, either this way or this way, if I remember right from one of the other builds. Although these ones are much thinner than I remember. If I take and look right along the edge there, am I noticing any? Well, let's just sort of move in. Yeah. I hope I'm making sense here. Okay, when we lay the part on its, you might say, on its back, it is perfectly perpendicular to whatever it's laying on. So that means it's going to be perpendicular to right here. But I was looking at this and I was noticing you can sort of see how it sort of curls up a little bit on the ends. And so then when I checked this part right here, you can see that, yes, it does have a bit of a bend to it. In other words, it sort of bends this way. So there is a slight difference. They do have to be the right way around. Hi, Max.
Good morning, Rod.
Good morning. Good morning, Missy. Good morning. Well, it's cool here this morning.
It is. And icy. I'm going to phone today about getting Missy a haircut.
Oh, haircut day, huh, Missy?
Well, the phone anyway. Maybe a haircut next week.
Yeah, it's getting kind of long here.
She's going to look like just half the dog she is now.
Yeah. Yeah, her coat always feels so good right after she's had a haircut.
Oh, she'll be a little angry, I think. She is like somebody stealing your old raccoon coat. You just don't feel as warm without it.
Yeah, I guess this time of year, well, we could have some cold weather yet. I think the weather office is predicting possible snow in the next couple of days. So
A little bit of snow and freezing rain today, and then what? +7 one day and +8 another.
yeah, eventually it's gonna clear up.
+8 is like 50 Fahrenheit.
And then
For
we'll
our
be
southern neighbors.
then we'll be talking about how it's hot and muggy.
And smoky.
Yeah. Oh, I hope we're not going to have that problem again. Yeah.
Missy's happy in all weather. Give me food, let me nap. Life is good. She loves to play.
Do you like to play, Missy?
Every night, she got a clock. Every night at 8 o'clock, she goes and picks a toy out of her basket and takes it to her mother and says, "Throw this."
Is it time to say goodbye? Huh? Is it time to say goodbye? Thank you, Missy.
Thanks, Ryan. I'll see you this afternoon, right?
Yeah, 3:30.
Okay.
Bye, Missy. Yeah, cloudy and gray out there. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, let's continue on here. I was looking at this a minute ago, well, actually several minutes ago now, and I was thinking that it would probably be a lot easier if we let gravity be our friend and we turn it so that this line right here is going to be horizontal. It looks like about 45-degree turn, or maybe even a little bit more. Well, we'll do a little bit of trial and error and see. And that way this piece is going to, it's going to not want to fall over. Otherwise, I got to try and fasten it on here and in the right place. Yeah, let's just recompose here. Now this area that I'm laying this on right now is pretty much perfectly flat. And Trumpeter does a remarkable job at getting it so that their parts, fit into little places like that. That's almost a perfect fit right now. Just a little bit more that way. Now it looks like the whole thing could maybe come about a millimeter to the right here. There, I think I've got it. Whoops, too far. It's hard to let go of it and have it not move. I should have left it alone. We'll eventually get it. Because I'm not going to apply the glue until I'm satisfied that it's pretty much where it's supposed to be. And that looks like it. It looks like it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in from the other side with my extra thin applicator, because I don't want to be putting it on this side and have it run down onto my paint job. So I don't know if I mentioned this, I'm just going to do one of these on camera, and the other three I'm going to do off camera. So I got to stand up here kind of so I can see over the back. Okay, now don't bump anything here. Let's put it right in the middle. There. Now that's going to wick its way along pretty good. You might have even been able to see it. Now we're going to leave this for a little bit. I don't mind if it runs down the bottom of the hull, but it's not. Okay. Okay, how about the end closest to you? Does that look like it's got lots? Well, it does now. Okay, yeah, you can see it wicking along there. Now that's going to actually meld pretty good. Probably in about 15 minutes. So I'm just going to put push stop here. Okay, I know I said I was going to do the other three off camera, but this one I wanted to show you. It didn't go on quite the same way. In other words, when you lay it down, it was hard to get the entire length in the exact right place all at the same time. So what I did was I've glued the other end using the quick setting. I'm going to have to do the same with this. And this quick setting is great for this sort of thing. Now you can't see it happening, but it's wicking its way along here. And if I press and hold, it only takes a matter of probably not even a minute. And when I let go of it there, enough of it will have adhered that it's not going to pop back into the wrong place. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go along and reinforce it. This end is done, and this end is done probably to about here. So I think I'll just go along with the extra thin now, and hope that the extra thin does not release what I've done. I don't think it should, because I don't think the quick setting has the melding properties that the extra thin does. It has some, but it's not quite the same. I've got all four on now. Now I don't think the glue is going to be at its maximum strength for quite a while. Probably tomorrow. And I thought, well, I could go ahead and I could start masking off the gray so we could paint the hull red. And I've been thinking about this stuff for the last couple of days, but I thought I don't want to use it because I don't want to waste it. And then a few minutes ago I thought, well, that's silly. Save it for what? Well, all right, so what I could do here is, some of you may remember, those of you who have been with me for a long time, I think it was way back during the Bismarck build that I bought this. And what it is you, see if I can get it here. Yeah, it's a masking tape. Okay, and when you peel it off, I hope it's not all dried out here now. No, I don't think it is. Okay, what it does is you put it on, and then this bottom unfurls, and I think it's about 16 inches long. And then, I could use that and just go right around the other side, but I was thinking, you know what, why don't I just take take this extra and put a piece of tape and hold it onto the side, like this. So yeah, I could do that. So I could actually go ahead now and start taping this. I'm going to have to reposition here. This was expensive. I don't know if I'd ever buy it again, but it's really good stuff. Okay, so here's our masking tape that's hiding the line. I'm just going to mask halfway up on it. I'm probably going to get my hands in your road here. I'm sorry about that. Now I don't necessarily have to press it hard where the gray is. Oh my, 1 o'clock already. I'm probably not going to get to do any spraying. Okay, now let's move this down here. Now what can I grab onto that I'm not going to break off here? Okay, it's a good thing that I can edit out the dead spots. Alright, now we're almost at the stern, as you can see. Okay, now I want to make sure I don't cut this too short. Okay, now the idea is this should furl out. Yeah, now very, very carefully here. Let's get it back. Remembering that our Okay, as you can see, it's plenty big enough. Way more than a person needs for a job like this. Now I think if I turn it over, I can set it flat on the hull, and it's not going to hurt the fins that we just glued on. Okay. Maybe I should reposition just a little here. I'm looking in the monitor and realizing you're not really getting a very good perspective. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to have to take and turn this whole thing over now so that I can work on this side here. Now, being very careful not to accidentally grab the fins. You just have to envision me turning this over. Okay, can you still see everything there? Let me get the camera, the monitor in my field of view here. Yeah, you can see that. Alright, so now what we got to do is put masking tape. Oh, sorry, I got my hands in your way again. I'm bad for that, aren't I? Okay, like that. Okay, just tape it along here. And I'm just going to do that off camera. Okay, so here's our tape. It's actually our boot line, and this is the area that we from here up is where we want to do it red. So we just want to mask from here down. Now this does not have to be pretty. It just has to keep the paint off of the gray. So we're just going to come along like this and try and get it not onto the where the hull is. Gonna have a little bit of a problem with it puckering, maybe. Could be I wonder if I've got my plastic a little bit too far up there. Yeah, I gotta get the green tape onto the other tape, otherwise it's not gonna stick, is it? So in other words, I got to go with the green tape almost right to the very top of the... Did I go too far here? What happened? What happened here now? All right. I think this will be all right. Yeah. The stern is always difficult to do. All it has to do is keep the spray from getting down onto the gray. And like I said, it does not have to be pretty. Why do I have this need that I have to do everything on camera? Well, not everything. Yeah, it's going a lot better here. Oh, I'm caught on something. Here we go. Okay, my paper has come off here. All right, I'm gonna have to shut things down and recompose here. Yeah, I've accidentally pulled it off here, so. All right. Okay, the plan now is I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit so that I can handle it, and we're going to have to spray tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.